It would kind of been weird. Like, all of a sudden.
I said, wow, Jesus sings really well.
And then all of a sudden, bust out like, oh, you know what I mean? It would have kind of been different.
Wow. It would kind of remind me of a little bit of an upper scale of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I actually did that right before Jesus Christ.
Oh, you did?
At our church.
Oh, yes, I do recall.
And I played the role of Joseph, so it was an interesting way that, could...
You climbed up the ladder.
Yeah, started with Joseph.
You'll be God next.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, right.
You'll then play God. Now, how did it feel like Jesus singing and dancing?
Like I said, it was just, in the end, it was more, because when you're playing any kind of part, I love watching movies, I love watching musicals, and I get really into those things. Like, I fall straight up into that story, and that's why I love watching movies. It's such a good stress relief for me, just getting away from all the stuff that I'm going through right now. Or whatever I'm doing. So, as I appreciate that, when I'm actually playing a part, how much more would I have to concentrate or 집중해 on that character and fall into that character? And I think that was the hardest thing, was as Jesus, becoming, Jesus and convincing myself that I can be, and play that part and, and just be that man in front of, or that being in front of people who are watching. And so, and it was such a big theater too, so I think that in itself was just enough. I mean, dancing and there was no dancing in that, so it was more just the actual monologues or the speaking. That was probably the most difficult.
Yeah, wow. Now, so tell me, as you roll as Jesus, now was there any scandals that you had in this musical with other...
Oh, no. That would have been weird. Like, Jesus, who
and Mary?
I know. No, there wasn't a scandal within
very
that.
Clean.
And within that, though, Jesus wasn't like really, we didn't really publicize it as much. So, it was just one thing that I ended up doing. So, yeah, I mean, there wasn't really a big scandal with that. I mean, just with this past musical, yeah, it was pretty surprising, but...
Wow. Now, you're friends with many pop singers, and these days many pop singers are going from their singing on stage and also to musicals. So, of course, besides yourself, what do you think of some pop singers who are doing musicals now? Have you seen any of your friends out there?
I actually saw Brian from Flat Sky in Rent. He did a great job. Honestly, if you want to compare, like, growing up in the States, everyone starts in the theater.
Yes.
When you do music and you also do theater. And within that, you kind of grow out to the different things and branch out to the different things that you end up doing. And I think that a lot of the pop stars in the States come from that background. And if you it's actually surprising when you see people like Antonio Banderas sing. And he's actually really, really good, because everyone has that type of background. And I think, that's like a base that we should all try to have, as not just a singer, but as an entertainer, and for us to kind of improve, 발전시키고, mature as an artist. So I think it's awesome, definitely. But though there are certain things that I ended up learning, just because as a celebrity, coming from a celebrity world into a musical, in the musical area, in the theater area, one thing that I had to understand was also like the people, it's a different dynamic.
Yeah.
And definitely one thing that was humbling is that you don't want to go in there saying, okay, I'm a celebrity here and I own this musical. And it's so easy to do that, And I'm being very honest, it's like that's something that I had to fight with too, but you learn how to deal with that. And man, when you start seeing how hard they work, the musical people, man. And
because then once you go in there, you feel like you're the not the superior. Because
but then you end up trying to fight that with the celebrity. But no, dude, you start from the bottom, and within that, I mean, I think that's where people really respect you, and you just work hard at it. And you see all these people just, man, it's starving artists like all over the place. They're just like,
and for each show that they get such minimal, and you feel so bad.
Yeah, so
it's a humbling experience.
Huge humbling experience, and through that I learned so much. I mean, I got a good gut check about who I am too, through this show, through doing the musicals, and man, you get to learn about more people and new people, and it's just awesome. So I'm definitely down down with people, you know,
Yeah.
especially singers and pop singers getting involved in musical.
Yeah, that's really good.
musical
It's really good. I think it's, to seeing it in all different aspects.
Yeah.
And then, seeing these people while they're dancing and singing and acting at the same time.
As long as you put your all in it, you
Yeah,
know, just don't do half, you know, effort or half-given efforts, you know.
Would you do another musical?
Oh,
Or
you
would
know,
you take
actually,
time?
I would love to.
Yeah?
As long as the 작품 is right for me, as long as whatever it is, it fits kind of who or what I'm planning to do. So,
Yeah.
So I would love
that's
to,
good.
yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you liked that experience
Yeah, it was
and that you'll
awesome, yeah.
continue on it.
언젠간 한 번쯤은 돌아봐 주겠죠 한없이 뒤에서 기다리며 오늘도 참아 못한 가슴 속 한마디 그대 사랑합니다.
Okay, so you debuted in 2003, I believe, and your single "I Love You" was it "사랑해요"?
사랑합니다.
사랑합니다. Sorry, 사랑합니다. And at that time, you weren't here in Korea very long, and right now, even with this interview, every time we speak, you interject Korean,
Yeah.
and the language at that time was probably difficult. Now, how did you overcome that difficulty, the language,
man.
to now?
Well, you know, right now I'm in a place where I'm kind of it's actually kind of sad because I can't speak Korean 100%, and now my English is all messed up. So
So your Konglish is
yeah,
perfect, right?
that's why I need to use Konglish. But yeah, when I first came to Korea, I couldn't speak a lick of Korean. I was straight up just couldn't like. It also mixed in with my personality too because wasn't really a gung ho type of person. You know, try on error. I'm one of those kind of people that need to have all their ducks in line before I even try. And even if I have my ducks in line, like, you know, it's kind of like, oh, dude, should I try or not? Because I don't want to fail. And so because of that personality, I wouldn't even want to try to speak Korean. But then I came actually at that time with my brother, my third brother, Danny. And he was just gung-ho, like, let's do everything, let's try everything. He would go order, whatever. And, you know, in certain ways, I was really jealous of that. And so it took a while. It took maybe almost a year and a half.
He was even a guest on my radio show
Yeah.
for a while, too.
And you could tell by his personality. He's just like, woo-hoo, you know. He's a musical guy, actually. But, with it, you know, learning from him, I was like, you know, why? I'm just actually beating myself. I'm the only one losing out on this, you know. So I try to do my best to, you know, just to 이겨내 my feelings, 이겨내 my personality. And then so I started, started speaking. And so through that, you know, going to order, when I went to, you know, whatever fast food restaurant, I would order myself.
Yeah.
You know, it started from that. And then little by little, my Korean started getting better, actually. It took a year and a half for me to actually try